Get a studio and call it a day.
because then our audio would be the same.
Yeah. And then we
And
can
then
actually like sit by each other and shit instead of just
cover those up. I don't need to see your nips.
thank God this is audio and no actually no, it's on YouTube too. Damn it.
Maybe your green screen would actually like green screen those out so I wouldn't have to see it, or that ugly looking ponytail rat tail up coming out of the top of your
Thank God this
dome.
like it's not a real green screen, it's just the zoom effect, otherwise or the zoom background. Otherwise you would shirt me even more.
It
It's my
looks like a wiener coming out of your head.
furry wiener.
The Buschy and Bobo Show, a healthy scratch podcast. Here's your hosts, Kyle Busch and Brian Rager.
Anyway, welcome back to episode 10 of
Double
the
digits.
Buschy and Bobo podcast on Healthy Scratch. We did make double digits.
There we
And
go. I'm off the shitter for this one.
yeah, I didn't go into detail about why you weren't here last time. I just gave you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, gut rot, and I know we
feel like-
planned on doing it on this Sunday, and then the Monday we planned on doing it, and I have no clue what it was.
How did you like all the topics I talked about?
Like I told you earlier when we were just chooching, I haven't listened to the whole thing. I listened to like 5 minutes of it, if that.
Wow, that's why the view count is so low.
Yeah, no, it's been super busy with work this week. Like I was telling you, took an extra shift and on a Saturday, and
I'm disappointed.
but that's gonna
You're
be
gonna get
on my-
healthy. You're gonna get healthy scratched again.
Exactly. No, it's gonna be on my listen out today. There you go.
It's gonna be you.
It's on my goal to listen to on
Yeah.
my way out to golf later.
There was some good stuff in there. I don't even actually. I do remember what I talked about, but
I know you said you had a couple topics there you wanted to go on, and you're like we mentioned it before on the Sunday, but so I'm excited to listen to it on my way out to golf later.
Yeah. So I saved one. Actually, this happened the day of when I did episode 9, or it was the day after. So some Red Wings news that a lot of Wings fans were waiting for to see if
what's
or
going to
if
happen
not with Jeff Blashill, their head coach, because a lot of people want him gone, me included. But Yzerman just brought him back on a 2-year deal. I guess they did some digging because I didn't know this, but it's like Yzerman's personal policy that he doesn't give out contract details for any of his staff.
Oh, really?
You have to for your players, but you don't have to for your staff.
Yeah, because when I saw it, I'm like, okay, they brought him back, and I texted you, and you're like, oh, you're late to the show there, bud. And
yeah.
And I didn't see anything on the term, so it's a 2-year deal.
It's 2. Someone did some digging. It doesn't matter though. I find with coaches, if you're you can get fired at any time. I mean, they could fire
you
him
could have
5
a
games
7-year
in.
deal, and then 5 games in, you're shitting the bed and you're out.
It doesn't matter as a coach. I mean, you still pay him. I mean, is Toronto's going to still pay Babcock for a while?
Babcock's, yeah.
I don't think they care, but okay. So Blashill's coming back, and I've had a few people text me and go like, "Wow, you must be mad. Like, what do you think?" And I'm like, yeah, I think I have some stats that show that, in my opinion, he's not good for this team even right now and for the future. But I here's the thing. Because I love Yzerman so much, I'm trying to get in his mindset and go, okay, what's he thinking? So I have a theory of why he's doing this now, but it really is the first time where I'm kind of a little bit questioning him, where I'm like, I get it, but also like, why? So
yeah. So now that you've had some time to digest it and whatnot, what is your thought process on it? And I think that's what you were going to get to.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I get it. So Yzerman said, he's liking what he's doing with the young players. Now, like that is a little bit touchy because there's some where I can see some improvements. Is that coaching? Probably a little bit, but is that just a player getting a little
Player
more
development.
mature? Like a guy that maybe not stats wise, but that I saw like big change with was Michael Rasmussen, where I wrote him off, but he looked pretty good. He had like an edge. I remember when he came in preseason, like in his rookie season, he just was very like, he was a junior hockey player. Like he lit it up. I think he was with Tri-City and he lit it up in the WHL like for 2-3 years. And he was used to junior hockey. And the same thing happened with Philip Zadina. The same thing happened with Moritz Seider. They come in and they're not used to the NHL game. So even playing against AHL players, sometimes it's like, whoa, what a change. But I saw a big change with Rasmussen this year because I think like power play time, had some confidence, but he had an edge. And that's something I hadn't seen before. He was a little bit like rough, a little bit like finishing his hits, things that he wasn't doing before. Because I think it's like, well, I'm not going to score 30. You know what I mean? Like for Rasmussen, I would love if he turned into a 20-goal scorer. That's it.
Perfect.
I think he could do it. So, but there's also some where I'm like, you know, Dylan Larkin, I think he took a little bit of a step back. He got hurt though, but he took a step back.
For everyone saying he was going to be like a top player, a top line guy, in my mind, Dylan Larkin's a solid number 2, like a solid second line guy.
Yeah, I agree. And I used to think he could be the number one.
But
maybe he still can be, but right now, I mean, he's got to pick the socks up and do more. Anthony Mantha checked out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's coaching, right? I mean, they scratched him one time. That's mismanagement because obviously he didn't respond to it. So I can go down the list of players where it's like, I feel like they should have taken bigger strides. The reason that I don't want Blashill here now is because I don't want him anywhere near Moritz Seider, Joe Veleno, Philip Zadina, Lucas Raymond, Jonathan Berggren, all these young kids guys coming up where I'm like, oh man, don't ruin this. Now, the only positive I can spin is that Blashill was a very good AHL coach.
Yes.
He's won all the way up. He hasn't done anything in the NHL yet, but he was the one that developed Nyquist, Tatar, De Kaiser. Larkin was there for a year. Like, so he obviously knows what he's doing with the young guys. Maybe at that level, you get to the NHL level. It's similar though. You're still working with young kids. That's where I give him a little bit, but I want to pull some stats up. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, and this is very interesting, where there is a clear cut decrease every year that Blashill has been here. Okay. So this stat is the Red Wings team rank in skater goals above replacement by season. So it's almost like WAR in baseball, like wins above replacement. Yeah. Okay. 2015, 2016, his first season, 27th. 16 and 17, 26th. The next year, 27th. The next year, 30th. The next year, 31st. This year, 30th. They've been bad, but they've got worse.
Yeah.
As he's been here. Now, it's part of the rebuild, but that's wins above replacement. That shows you it's a level playing field. So it's something where he's actually made them a worse team over time. Okay? That's why I don't want him anywhere near this team.
Yeah, which I get that.
The reason that it's 2 years, and this is just I'm hopping into Stevie's brain, they're not going to be competitive for another 2 years anyway. So why would I get my tactician in here now?
Yeah.
Right? There is a reason to do it. It's to get your systems in place and get it going. But at the same time, if he doesn't think they're going to win for another 3 years or be competitive, then maybe bring in the tactician when they're like, okay, we're ready now.
When it's ready to make that change to take it to that next level. And
like if you get to a point where their core is Larkin, Vrana, Bertuzzi, Veleno, Zadina, Seider, Berggren, Rasmussen, all these young guys, right? I might be missing a few. And you're like, wow, they're now all 23, 24 years old, like getting really good. Hopefully Larkin's in his prime. Vrana's in his prime. Maybe they sign a free agent, like a big time guy to come in.
Yeah.
Now you're like, come in
Okay, and this is
coach
when you want to
X.
have, this is when you want to have your game changer coach.
Now you bring him in, right?
Yeah.
So I get it, but I don't like it. I mean, that's the only thing that, and I, again, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt, because a lot of his Yzerman's moves have been fantastic so far. There hasn't been anything too head scratching. With this a little bit, but again, I get it.
Yeah,
So,
you could sort of see that. I know, like I said, with head scratching and coaching and whatnot, Vancouver also making the news in the last couple days or so. Jim Benning coming back, which I am. Every Vancouver fan is wanting his head on a platter. Not a big fan of that. I just don't get it. Travis Green coming back, I do like. Almost in the similar situation, like I said, he's developed young guys. He's had success in the AHL with Utica. He's won if not won, if went to the Calder finals and whatnot. And he's had success there. I think a full season. And I think it's also a similar thing, like a 2-year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
As an outsider, like, I like Travis Green as a coach. Oh, look at this. That's love. I got a cookie.
Hey, there you go.
Just subtly, like, did it like a drug deal and just slid this over.
Slid it on in.
I mean, I'm gonna have that after, but I was like, "What is that noise?"
Yeah, but
anyway.
Travis, I like him. He's a good coach. I think if Vancouver was healthy all year, they would have done better. Would they have made playoffs? But I don't know. Maybe. I think at the same time, with this whole Jim Benning thing, is they got to listen to their players and try to get. Forget who they're trying to get in as their goalie coach right now. But Demko wants him in, and someone else has been going on it. JT Miller just said the other day too, he doesn't want to get traded. So,
right.
That's
well,
something.
Jim Benning has one of the worst contract situations in the league, and he says, "Oh, we don't have a contract problem."
No, we do.
We already went through that a few episodes ago, whenever that was. It's bad, man. Like, if you look at, there's no way
we have no. Like,
you can't improve the team at all because you have to sign your guys. Remember, it was those few, Hughes and Pedersen,
Pedersen, Hughes, and Horvat's on a deal already. Bessers,
but they're screwed because their cap, like a lot of their signings, it just made no sense. Now another thing that with the Canucks was they were talking about bringing the Sedins.
Yeah, I'm interested in to see what type of role. I've been reading a couple of different like rumor reports. Someone saying like scouting, or almost a similar thing. How guys like Yzerman and Sakic got in, right? It started off as an assistant to the GM, or not an assistant GM, like like a
special
bullshit
assistant.
role. A bullshit role.
Now the rumor that I heard was that it was going to be like a Trevor Linden type thing, where they're like the overlooking everything. How is that any different than having Trevor Linden in there? Because it didn't really work with him either.
No, is it maybe because these guys have played more in this salary cap era? They had I
don't think that matters.
I don't know. Anything, I think that they're both going to be in. It's going to be a co-role. Everything they do is together. They shit together. They fuck together. They do everything.
But what is this supposed to do for the Vancouver Canucks?
Is it playing on like fans' heartstrings? Hey, we got two of the best Canucks to play like back in the organization somehow. We may be shit, but hey, we got the Sedins back. Like I don't know. Is it sort of because of Benning? Like, are they going to take over in that sort of role and have Benning just do more bullshit work? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the role is.
Benning should be shot out of a cannon into the sun. Should happen. You don't need the Sedins. That's a PR stunt.
I think the Sedins actually, just like I haven't thought about it before, but just like right now, I think they're going to be involved in Abbotsford somehow with Abbotsford.
Okay,
with the
fine.
AHL team.
Fine,
but in what type of role, I don't know. But
your problem isn't bringing the Sedins in; it's getting a freaking GM that knows what he's doing. That would be nice, like because this guy isn't going to get you anywhere.
Maybe they start out in Abbotsford, and depending on how that goes, come up to Vancouver. I don't know.
But. Yeah, and like that, just the salary cap with the Canucks is just a nightmare. And I mean, looking at
it's
a salary cap situation that a really good team has that is controversial is the Tampa Bay Lightning with Nikita Kucherov coming back for the playoffs, not counting against the cap.
not counting against the cap. Yeah.
Okay,
and everyone's all bitching and complaining about that. And
yeah, how do you feel?
What?
How do you feel about it?
Smart on Tampa. It's
okay. That is it's within the rules, but it's bullshit.
Is it? Are you saying it's like an unwritten rule? Because then there's the whole unwritten rule.
It's not an unwritten rule. It's a written rule that you can do that, but it's bullshit. You said it's smart. I kind of agree, but it's bullshit.
It's smart.
Should they be allowed to do that?
If not, then they got to adjust the rule.
Okay, well then adjust the freaking rule.
Okay, then that's what the league should do. But until they do, fuck, why not? Why not fudge the system?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard people say like, "Wow, this is bullshit," and it's like, hey, there's not a lot of teams in the league that could have their best player out for the whole season, still make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like easily.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and he's awesome again. Like, and the thing that the rumor was that maybe he could have played like a month or a month and a half ago, but they were just like, nah.
Like, just rest up. But yeah, we're in the playoffs, rest up. And,
right.
Let's make a run.
They do need to change that rule because there should be a cap for the playoffs. I don't understand what the point of, like, okay, you're on long-term injured reserve. Okay, great. But once you come back, you should have to make roster moves to allow him to play.
Yeah, they should make a rule to do it. But until the NHL does something with that.
Okay. Is there any team in the league that could do something like that and still make the playoffs without their best player? One of the best players in the league. Edmonton would be screwed. We'll talk about them.
Yeah. Toronto. Do you think Toronto could? Probably.
Yeah, probably Toronto.
They have the depth. Colorado.
Right. Yeah. There's only like 2 teams that can do it. So but they do have to change it because there's salary cap for a reason. No. If Pittsburgh lost Crosby, oh my God.
Actually, yeah, no, because you
wouldn't
see them play with just Malkin as their guy.
Yeah, that would not be good. So I think they just have to change that because okay. Well,
I could see that in owners' meetings this offseason when they're down in Boca Raton. I could definitely see it because you've seen like other managers or like fans and all that shit bitching and complaining. I think something will be done, but until something is done.
Yeah. Well, like right now. Tampa. Okay, so John Tavares got hit by a bus. Corey Perry's knee.
Oh yeah.
So he is on. Is he on LTIR now?
I believe no.
Right. Like if he got hurt.
It's hard to, yeah, because what's your play? Yeah, because like what's the difference? Like, how do you manage it in playoffs as opposed?
It'd be like a guy like waiting in the weeds that makes $7 million, just like, hey, come on in.
Yeah.
JT's hurt. Okay, you're in, Eric Lindros, or I don't know. Like, so the whole Tavares thing, that was actually like pretty scary. Like that was something where, like seeing
the guy freaking looked like the scarecrow, like he couldn't get up.
Okay, one thing I want to make clear. Okay. And to give him a lot of credit, Lou pointed this out, even though he doesn't listen to our freaking podcast, figure it out, is some people were going, why were those trainers letting or like picking him, like letting him get up? Okay. They weren't letting him get up. The first guy is stabilizing his neck. Okay. Because if he had a neck injury, you don't want him moving that thing at all.
No, you want to just.
John Tavares is what? He's like, what is he? 6'2", 6'1". He's a
big boy. He's a big boy.
If he wants to get up, he's going to get up. So with one guy trying to stabilize his neck, he's getting up. He's out. He doesn't know what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
The second guy, I mean, that was scary. Cause he was like bleeding out of his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
Bleeding on the side of his eye. And then
he also had a knee
injury. Yeah. He has a knee injury too in the whole thing. And
because Sherrod hit him right on the knee. I mean, I don't think he meant to. And then he bent backwards onto it. So, but that was a thing that kind of Luke pointed out. And I went, oh yeah, like people getting mad about that. They were trying to stabilize him so that he didn't hurt himself further, but he's disoriented. He doesn't know what's going on. Right.
Yeah.
So that was a little scary. I mean, we've seen scarier shit like Richard Zednick and,
Yeah,
and
Richard
stuff like
Sednick
that.
and
People passing out and all that.
yeah,
But that was
dying
like,
on the bench, and
oh my God, I know. Like
it's
Yuri Fisher and
it wasn't intentional. We know that. Corey Perry even's gone. So like the fact that he was there trying to see if the guy's okay. And then Corey Perry, you know what? Yeah, like it happens, and then they had to had to answer the bell after, and
that was stupid. That's the stupidest thing ever. Like Nick Foligno, like, ooh, I wear my dad's hat. Like, he played for the Leafs back in '92. Like, that was the stupidest
last time
fight.
the Leafs won a playoff series. Fuck.
Like, if I'm Corey Perry, and like, I don't like Corey Perry. I think he's a douche. Okay?
Do you think if you're Perry, do you say fake him out? You fake drop the gloves and have
no, because you're just asking. Now you're just being a dick. I mean, no,
yeah.
But okay. In the replays, they always kept showing. Well, first of all, why are you showing this thing 9,000 times? He got crushed. I'm like, let's stop watching this. It's terrifying. But the knee hits him right in the face, like just like at probably freaking 40 kilometers an hour because he's coming this way, right?
Yeah,
that's called relative velocity. His face got smashed in. Okay. In the replays, you can see Corey Perry, like when you're looking at him, was like you can see his face, like he goes like this. He's like, oh shit, like he tries to get out of the way.
Yeah. Well, these guys
he tried to move
together.
Okay, so this fight, like Nick Foligno, what are you doing? Like, it was an accident. Now, if this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't Corey Perry, believe me. If it was anybody else on that team, if it was Arturi Lehkonen, you think Foligno's going to fight him? No, it's because Corey Perry that's who he is. He's a feisty guy. So because this was him, it's the same thing I was talking about with Tom Wilson. They have a reputation, right? It would be Tom Wilson versus some other guy that doesn't, Lars Eller, who doesn't hit anybody. It would be totally different. So this bullshit about our captain's laying on the ice. Okay, so what if it was, what if it was the Superman, Mikheyev? What if he got hit and he's down? Would you do the same thing? He's not a captain. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole fight was stupid. Perry was looking at him like, are you kidding me? But then it was like, fine, like, let's get this over with. You see, Perry didn't even really throw a punch. Perry was like, okay, I'll just hold on and we'll both sit. Like, why are we doing this? So that was a part where I think the fight was stupid. Like, it wasn't even good. It was like, oh, okay, why are they fighting? Like, it was just a freak accident. He went over, gave him a tap. Like, you think he wanted to? Corey Perry's played with Tavares. They're buddies.
Exactly.
Like, it would be like me smashing your face in with my knee. I'm going, holy shit, I just hurt one of my good buddies. And then all of a sudden, Hursty comes over and he's like, hey, Bushy, we're going to fight. It's like,
we're fucking
dude,
going,
he's
Bushy.
my buddy. What the fuck? Why? You think I wanted him hurt?
Well, yeah, you do, but.
And then I'd pop Hursty's shoulder out and fucking, I'd take care of him pretty easily. I could fight him. I know his weaknesses. I've read his chart. So, yeah, the Tavares thing.
His chart.
So, like, I mean, he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah, they said like earliest he'd be back is like late second round,
but that's like, he got a concussion. They were talking about his knee.
Yeah, he's done for the playoffs.
Yeah. Another topic that you have no idea what I'm talking about here.
The only thing you said is you have a topic on Vegas.
The Golden Knights.
That's it, and that's all you said to me.
Okay, I want you to look me in the eye right now. I am sick and fucking tired of the Vegas Golden Knights. Okay, I'm done. I hate these guys.
The success they've had in such a short period of time.
Go away.
Like, Seattle is not going to have that stacked of an expansion draft like Vegas did. I hate these guys so much. I hate these guys so much that I don't even want to watch them. Every time they win, I'm like, how do you have these guys? We have Pacioretty and we have fucking all these guys that you were an expansion team and made the finals. What a joke. Like, it was cool at the time, and now that I like look back, I'm like, what a joke. I feel kind of bitter. I can't hear you. I'm ranting. I know you can't. Okay, I took my fucking headphones out. I can't hear Brian right now. Okay. No, he does his headphones out.
He's trying to cut me off, and I want to fucking say that the Golden Knights should go away. And I hope the Seattle Kraken suck. I hope they suck. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I hope they're the worst team in the league, and
will.
they're awful for like 7 years. Okay, enough of these expansion teams coming in and being good. Okay, go ahead.
And headphones back on. No, you're absolutely right. You don't have to worry about Seattle being good. They're not going to be good. They're going to be absolute ass. Vegas.
What they said about Vegas.
But look at the expansion. Like, look. If you went through, like, I know every now and then, like, we are on Shell, you'll do an expansion draft, or we'll do one. But do you really think that
We picked the Golden Knights team basically? It's not hard. I mean, you can.
But do you
can
think
probably
Seattle's not going to have that? Like, 'cause there was like weird backdoor deals before. Don't pick this guy. And
remember what I said, and
Seattle?
I said it last episode. If and you missed it, this is the third time that I'm going to say this, and I want you to like get a tattoo of it on your face. You only need one other dumb GM to make a trade with. That's all you need.
It's true. It's true.
That's all you need.
I don't think Seattle's going to do well. It is frustrating to see Vegas do so well. Like in what?
It is.
A couple of years, 3-4 years.
And I know that sounds like very like, wow,
Boomer
you're a
Kyle.
hater, but that's just how I feel. And it's because they're successful. And it's fine. Like, I can admit that. Like, yeah, they're good, but I hate them. It doesn't I mean, Sidney Crosby's a very good NHL. I hate him though. And that's just how I feel. But I can admit he's good. The Golden Knights are good, and that's why I hate them. I want them to be
But they're
bad.
doing it not necessarily with a bunch of like the first year. They didn't do it with a bunch of big name free agents.
But here's the
thing.
Did
it with
here's the thing.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
If they don't win in the next few years, they're fucked. Their cap situation is also a joke.
I think Vancouver's is fucked. Vegas will be fucked.
They're going to be screwed if they don't win the next few years. So fingers crossed that they don't.
Speaking of teams that have been screwed,
not screwed, but suck.
Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah. They're down 3-0 now to the Jets, and just an absolute horrendous collapse yesterday. I laughed so hard because I didn't watch it.
I'm so happy. I am so happy. Like, I just saw I didn't watch the game. Like, I watched the overtime goal, and I watched a bit of overtime, and I saw that on my phone, and just how are you down 3-0? You have arguably the best player in the NHL, and a second guy.
Maybe two.
Two of the top
10,
5, if not top 10 for sure. Top 10, if not top 5. And you're down 3-0 to the Jets.
Guess who picked the Jets to beat the Oilers?
And I don't blame you. The one thing Edmonton does not have, and they haven't had in for so long, is a starting number 1 goaltender.
Bring back Dwayne Rollison.
Fuck yeah, like Tommy Salo, even like shit. Like Grant Fuhrer, he'll come back and put on the pads. The Oilers have who is it? Koskinen, and do they still have Mike Smith? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trash. What happened to Cam Talbot? He was supposed to be their savior. Nope. Freaking Ben Scrivens, Nikolai Habibulin. No. This team is such a joke.
Victor Fost.
Yeah, I don't get it. Connor McDavid, Leo Draisaitl, Puljujärvi, he's solid. You still have the Nuge. You have freaking Zach Kassian.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is brutal though. He hasn't done anything. Number 11 left winger. I don't think he's that good. Okay, look at these lines, and they have 2 guys. Okay, they got Draisaitl, McDavid. Other than that, this is all trash.
The bottom 6 is absolute garbage. Yes.
All of these. This is all trash. I mean, Nugent Hopkins is okay, but he's nothing.
Cassian's a third liner.
So now I'm just looking at the D here too. It's not terrible. It's not. I mean, it's okay.
I like Darnell Nurse. I like.
Barry had a really good year.
Yeah.
I mean, that surprised me. They traded for Kulikov at the deadline. Larson's bad. Cuckoo's bad, and Bear's not that good either. And then they're Smith and Koskinen, and the only injuries is Clefbaum, and he's
Clefbaum, that's the team's a joke.
It's bad.
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna have at the draft. You're gonna see Daryl Katz and his freaking kid come up there. The kid's 38 years old, still going up on stage.
His orange fro.
Go there and
Okay.
Well, you look at them and then look at the Jets team. Okay, no, let's look at the salary cap. Yeah.
Look at the
like-
salary cap first. You're gonna
Okay, so
you're gonna
Nuge
pay
is- they're gonna pay Nuge.
Okay, well they're gonna have McDavid and Draisaitl for a long time.
Yeah.
That Draisaitl deal is probably a steal, 8.5.
Yeah.
But they make up a quarter of your cap.
That's a quarter of the cap right there.
Nugent Hopkins, I wouldn't be paying him 6.
I feel he's coming back and he'll be just under that. He'll be around
Wait, where's James
5.
Neal on that? Is he out?
Scratched.
Oh,
Or hurt.
Is he scratched? Where is he?
No, because he was on the one power play there.
Where?
He's on first power play unit,
No, he's not. Oh yeah, he is.
but he's
Where
not
is
in
he on here? Oh, okay. So he's not on the top here. I don't think he's moving the needle that much either.
No.
Okay, daily face-off, they have that maybe one a little bit messed up, but okay. So James Neal, that is a bad contract.
Yep.
This is where
Cassian.
I go. This is why the Edmonton Oilers will never be good with McDavid and Draisaitl.
Connor McDavid will never win a Stanley Cup in Edmonton.
I mean, as long as Ken Holland's there.
Oh, God,
Ken
yeah.
Holland has shown that he has no idea how to surround his good players with talent, because he just signed Zach Cassian, a 30-year-old, to a 4-year deal. What are you doing, man? This guy's a third, fourth liner, and he's good at that, right? And he's the guy that's gonna protect McDavid, and maybe that's why they brought him there. But then the rest of your roster, Turris isn't on there either, right? Is he out?
Kyle Turris.
Turris
Oh
might
yeah,
be out
I
too.
didn't see him on the lines or anything.
Again, I mean, he's
But Kyle Turris, he's
fell
31
off.
years old. He's not Kyle Turris that he was in Nashville or
did
even.
he get bought out?
He may have been.
I think he did get bought out by Nashville, maybe. So like they don't really have a whole lot. Like Kyler Yamamoto is not going to be like a guy. He's 22, big deal. Ryan McLeod, never heard of him.
Yeah, Yamamoto's not going to be like. I don't know why Edmonton fans think, oh, Yamamoto's going to be solid. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Adam Larson, you lose him.
Yeah,
Chris Russell is only making 1.2 next year. That's not bad. Tyson Berry had a good year, but you're going to have to pay him more if you want to keep him.
yeah,
And they
he's gonna want
They
more.
will. He'll give him I guarantee you, Ken Hall will give him a 5-6 year deal. 100%.
And it'll be around 5.5.
Oh yeah, he'll overpay for him too. I'm telling you right now.
5.5, 6 mil for him.
Kulikov will be back. I guarantee he'll get a raise. And then even here, like Mike Smith, he'll sign him. He'll make 3-4 mil. Like for sure.
Like this is that right there, the goaltending.
And then Clefbaum, 4
It's an absolute joke.
Dead cat buyouts. Benoit Pouliot's still in the books. Wow. And then here's the interesting thing with the Oilers. Their top prospects. Okay, they're both defensemen. Okay, that doesn't help McDavid or Draisaitl at all. But
Nope.
okay, Broberg, number 8 pick in the 2019 draft. If I'm not mistaken, that was after Sider.
Okay, yeah.
Sider was 6. So Broberg, they're saying he should be here this season. Evan Bouchard was the draft before that. They're projecting next season on NHL. Dylan Holloway was picked last year in the middle. I mean, maybe he's getting picked there because that's where Larkin got picked, and they're both named Dylan. Maybe.
And hey, Kenny Holland likes those NCAA guys.
Dmitry Samarukov, another defenseman. Never heard of him, but he should be here next year, even though there's no space. And then Raphael Lavoie, which went late. He was supposed to be in the first round. He dropped to the second a couple years ago.
There's no. It doesn't look that good. If there's nothing in the pipeline that excites me, that gets me half hard.
So we went and looked at the Oilers depth charts, right? And we looked at their lines. So I have 3 teams in the salary cap era with 2 stars. Okay. Now, at the level of McDavid, maybe one of these teams, they're close, but they're like top of at the time, we'll say we're at the top of their game, and they have to get surrounded by the right players. Okay. So I'll give you 3 different lineups here. Okay.
So I'm gonna guess the teams first right here. Chicago with Kane and Taves.
Okay. What year?
0809.
Okay. 9-10. 9-10
9-10
when they won. This is all cup champions, by the way. Basically, three in a row. The Wings in 08, the Pens in 09, the Hawks in 2010.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The Hawks, Taves and Kane at the time, two of the best players in the league. Okay.
Yep.
We'll say top 10. Again, not really McDavid, but your 2 stars.
2 stars. Yeah.
Here's their forwards. Okay. And this wasn't really their lines, but this is who they were working with. Okay. You got Taves and Kane, Hossa,
Yeah.
Versteeg, Brower, Sharp, Ladd, John Madden, Kopetsky, Ben Eager, Dave Bolland, Brian Bickle. Solid forward lines because Bolland was a younger guy at that point. Andrew Ladd was pretty good. Madden was a defensive. He was like a Draper type, like two-way guy. Eager is basically Zach Cassian, but he played on the 4th line. He wasn't on the 2nd line.
Hossa was that vet. No.
Hossa they brought in. So, but that was them. Hey, and they brought in Kopetsky too that year from Detroit. Both of them came. But like they just added that in and they surrounded those guys with this talent and they did it another 2 years after that as well. Right. Yeah. So they've got 3 cups out of those 2 guys as their core. Right. And I'm not even looking at defensemen either.
No.
Because I'm just looking at the forwards. Okay. 0809 Pens. I don't want to talk about this. This is the one where it's not as impressive, but Crosby and Malkin, right?
Yep.
Now, Chris Kunitz had really, really good chemistry with Sidney Crosby. So did Pascal
That's why he played
Dupuis.
on team. Yeah, that's why Kunitz was on Team Canada.
Then you had Malkin, Peter Sikora, Miroslav Shatan at the end of their careers, but they brought them
Veteran
same thing.
Presence,
Phil Guerin too. They brought those guys in. They had Jordan Stahl as a 3rd center. They had Matt Cook, Max Talbot,
a young Jordan Stahl,
Tyler Kennedy, and Ruslan Fedotenko, who's won a cup. So they brought in guys, surrounded them, because the year before they lost to the Red Wings. They had to retool it. And they lost Hossa, and they replaced him with these guys. So instead of having one, they had multiple players come in, but they plugged in the right players. It ended up working out. And then 07-08 Wings. Datsuk, Zetterberg. Okay, points-wise, not at the same level, but I mean, I think that year Datsuk had 97 points. So
Datsuk, but the hands alone on Datsuk.
I feel like they could have had more points if they weren't 2-way players, obviously.
The hands alone on Datsuk made it worth it.
So around them, you had Filppula, Franzen, Holmstrom, Hudler, Cleary, Samuelson, Draper, Drake, Kopetsky, and Maltby. So your bottom 6 was like 2-way grinded out defensive players, but also would chip in. But then you had, Filppula, Franzen, Hudler, Holmstrom. That's your like, and then in the next year they brought in Hossa, right? So that is actually a Ken Holland team. That's the last time he did this properly. Okay.
Yeah. And it's funny though, like you say, guys like, Advocator, blah, 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 and whatnot. But those because now we say, Advocator, he's not even playing in the NHL. But that's when he was young. There's potential there. And
I don't even think I said Abdelkader.
Oh, well,
you're just making shit up at this point, eh? He came in the next year though, and he came in the finals. He actually scored a few goals. But Helm would have been in there too because he was a rookie. But my point being, and I don't want to do this because we've done this already on this show, but like Ken Holland's screw ups far outweigh his better deals.
Pros.
So I don't have any confidence that he is going to figure out how to turn around the Edmonton Oilers and help McDavid and Draisaitl out, because I don't think he knows how.
Ken Holland is a good GM pre-salary cap.
Yeah, because he had the keys to the Illich vault. I mean, I could have done that. Hey.
Anyone could do
listen to this. Okay, Mike Illich literally at one point, after they lost in 2001, I think they lost to the Kings in the first round, he said, go out and get me Brett Hall. Go out and get me Luke Robitaille. Trade for Dominic. I'll pay for it. And Holland's like, we don't have the budget. He's like, fuck the budget. Here, go get Freddie Olsen. Yeah. Buy everybody. Get it. Whatever you need, I want to win. And they did.
Salary cap Holland he can't manage it. Like,
it's one of these things where he sticks with these guys too long. Like those guys that I just said that were UFAs that you should just say bye-bye to and try to bring more in, they're going to come back. I'm telling Oilers fans right now, they will be back, okay? Nugent Hopkins, Turris, who else was UFA? All those guys, Kulikov, they'll bring them back.
Is what? Probably late 20s?
Yeah, I don't mind Nuge Hopkins, but he's gonna give him a raise. He'll give him a 7-year deal.
Yeah,
He never gives himself flexibility to make a move. And that's why I love the Wings now, because now they have flexibility. And
Nuge
that's
is
what your
28.
team doesn't have. Your Canucks
we
have
don't.
zero flexibility, and
We
you
don't.
can't do anything.
We're handcuffed to these, but you know what? It's future-wise, I like our future better than Edmonton's.
Yeah. I mean,
I shouldn't say that with Jim Bennings coming back.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
No. You have a battle for like the worst GM in Canada.
Worst GM almost in the NHL, I would say.
Benning, Holland. You got Dubas. Who else we got in here? Oh, I mean, Bergevin might be up in that there too. Calgary, Treliving.
What's his face in Winnipeg there?
Cheveldayoff. I like him.
I think Cheveldayoff was a good GM. I think
he might be the best. He might be the best Canadian GM.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody. Ottawa, not a chance.
Winnipeg it's not a hockey market. Toronto, it's easier to get guys to go there, especially when you draft Austin Matthews and you're a hockey hotbed in one of the biggest markets in the NHL. It's not necessarily, it's an easier sell to guys, where Winnipeg is
yeah.
I can't wait till Edmonton gets knocked out though.
It would be fun. Same thing with Toronto. I mean, Edmonton's toast. I mean, Toronto, I have Montreal beating them. I actually, in game 2, I predicted that score perfectly. I literally said before the game, I watched it with Lou, I said, I'm sorry, buddy, it's going to be 5-1 Toronto. Nailed it.
Wow.
And now this is for the record. Game 3, I did say Montreal's going to win 3-0.
Okay.
If it happens, I'm a prophet, and we should probably be getting more views, right?
Let's go hit the Chino then.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about a topic that everybody will love to talk about, the World Championships.
Oh God, yeah. Let's end it on that quickly.
Yeah.
Partially because I'm prairie dogging, but the World Championships.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's aggressive, eh? The World Championships is such a joke. I know, like, you were watching a bit of it earlier, go to Slovakia or whatnot. But
it was background noise for me.
Canada's roster, like, their best player was what, Adam Henrique?
Actually, yeah, I think so.
Like, it's such a joke.
You know what the difference
There's
is?
There's no Russia.
Yeah, well, there is, but not really.
Yes.
The difference this year is because in my theory would be COVID.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these players are kind of like, you know what? We've been in isolation for so long that, like, I want to just see my family and just, like, not play hockey for a second.
Yeah. I could see that.
You can't go into these tournaments thinking, like, this has any representation of a country at all, because
because if I'm Canada, I really think Mike DiPietro, he's the backup. Do I think he's going to be the goalie for Canada at the Olympics?
No, but like,
is Adam Henrique making the team?
He's not even dressed, is he?
DiPietro? No, I think he's third goalie.
It's Kemper and Hill.
But
like, you see how many upsets there are? Like, Sweden lost to like Belarus or something, and Finland lost to Latvia. It's just you don't have any good players. I mean, you got Team Canada's Z team playing Latvia's A team,
and then you
probably gonna be in the same.
Like you were saying earlier too, this is a stupid tournament where I could add guys to my team once the NHL
they keep slots open.
So Russia, now that Washington's knocked out, if they wanted to, Ovechkin, come win this thing for us.
He's not going to go, but they picked up like Provorov. He was on the roster already. No, it was Samsonov and net from the Capitals and a few other guys, or with Orlov maybe. I don't know. But they added a few guys. Canada still has some slots, but it's kind of like you're 0-2 already. Like, you're kind of screwed. Who's going to come and help you?
Don't worry about this tournament. It doesn't mean dick.
Well, USA's captain is Justin Applicator. Did you know that?
Yeah, you were saying that earlier.
He actually won the Swiss League Championship. Did you know that?
I did a little bit of thing. I saw that he was playing for Zug, and I saw like he was putting up some points there, but I didn't know they won it.
Okay, pop trivia question. In the last lockout, 2012, a Red Wings star played for Zug. Who was it?
2012 lockout. Zug.
And who was the player
I don't
that signed with the Red Wings after that because he played with this player?
know. Damian Brunner was the guy that was signed.
Yes.
I
They
don't
played
know.
on the same line. They played on the same line together with Zug.
I don't know who the other guy who brought him over.
Zetterberg.
But, oh, was it?
Yeah.
I know because I remember you were saying Brunner played whoever like Zetterberg played with them, and then said, "Hey, this come over to Detroit."
Yeah. And then he left for the Devils and sucked. So,
Yeah.
oh, well.
Greatest Red Wing to wear 24.
I don't know, man. Chris Chelios, Bob Probert,
Robert, yeah.
Ruslan Saleh. Jeez.
Hey, that's my one jersey I have for the Wings. Thanks to you.
Man. I know. That was called a jump the gun. I only have one current Red Wing. I have Larkin and that's it. Like I had Mantha. I don't think I had anybody else on that team. I got to burn the Mantha one. Hey, here's another thing too that's I gotta talk about. Hey, Washington's out, which means Detroit gets a better pick.
Yeah.
Woo!
There you go.
Hey, Steve Eiserman's just walking around naked in his house, just like
doing the Conor McGregor walk.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I guess Anthony Mantha wasn't the solution, was he, Washington?
Nope. No, he was not.
Maybe Jacob Vrana with his third overall goals per 60 even strength would have helped you out. Maybe you gave him some ice time.
Nah. Why do that?
That's where trades are interesting. When you look back now at the deadline, right? And go, okay, who made the deals? Like usually it's the ones that aren't like the biggest that make the biggest impact. It's the small trades. Like, I mean, one that, like I said, in I think was 07. The only trade that the Ducks made at the deadline was for Brad May. And it was perfect. He was a perfect fit for that team, and they won the cup. That's all they needed. They just said, "Oh, we need one guy."
Small deal, fill your slots where you need it, and bingo, bango.
Which is probably what Ken Holland thought Dmitry Kulikov was, but that ain't the case, buddy. So, yeah. So, hey, man, we've made it to 10. We made it to 10. Next stop, 100.
Hey!
I don't know if we'll get that far. That'd be pretty impressive if we got to 100.
You know what we got to do? Since the weather's getting nicer now, we're going to have an outdoor epi one day.
Yeah. You know what? Twisted Teas.
Bourbon sours.
Yeah. If we could find more than one can.
Hey, like I said, they have the smaller cans, like the regular 355 ml. Tons of those.
That could get aggressive. I mean, I could get down for that.
It could. Anyway, I'm going to sign off because it is coming out my butthole.
Are you crowning?
I am crowning.
Oh, Jesus. Should have thought of that before. Hey, what else do you want to talk about? I got another like half an hour that we can talk about.
I can come back in from the shitter.
Oh, anyway.
Anyways, who said 10 episodes in the book?
You want to talk about
sign off, but I'm signing out, bud.
Let's talk about that thing where
see this vein in my head right now.
There was something else I wanted to talk about. Where are you pulling your pants down? You can't do that on camera.
I got it. It's so bad.
Yeah, I'll sign off for you.
All right. Well,
bye, Bobo.
I love it. It's so hack job. Do a nice ending. God.
A nice ending?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely
will.
So I don't know what happened there, but Bobo's got to go. I was just trying to dick around with him. So anyway, episode 10 is in the books. I actually can't believe we did 10. The writing part of it hasn't really been something that we've been like super into. I mean, if there is ever a time that we want to do it, we will, but the podcast has been the most fun for us. So we're going to keep doing it as long as we're having fun with it. Even like into the off season, like the draft will be fun. We don't really know what we're talking about prospect wise, but it's something to do. And then free agency, and there'll be things to do in the summer. Maybe it might slow down a little bit. Hell, we might even do a pod where we kind of talk about stuff that's not hockey, just whatever's on our mind. But yeah, I can't wait for the next one. We'll be at episode 11. So until then, for Bobo in the can, it's Bushy signing off. We'll see you guys next time.